Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Raphinha because many have been asking what happened with the operation of Raphinha. We know that Leeds have made it to the first division for the Premier League, which basically means that yes, Raphinha and his move to Barcelona is going to have to be renegotiated. And so we're going to be explaining what exactly that operation is going to look like. And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about FRENKIE De Jong being targeted by PSG. There is so much that we do have to discuss within today's video. It is going to be a very exciting one, so I do want to speak on our sponsor for today, and that is going to be Top 11. Top 11, it is a free-to-play football management game where you can play on your Android phone or on your iPhone. You can also play on your web browser. It's a very flexible app. The game has been played by 240 million people worldwide, and it is available in 31 different languages. Since you will be becoming a football manager within Top 11, you are going to be in charge of every aspect for your team, so you can sign different players, you can run the training sessions, you can set up formations, and especially lead the squad to winning trophies. And one of the brand new features that Top 11 does have to offer, it is a 3D live matches, and so it's going to be a very immersive experience. This is one of the biggest requests the community was asking for, and Top 11 has delivered. Now it actually does look like you are within the game. So as you do play against other managers from around the world, the 3D live matches, it's going to allow you to see your tactics come to life with beautiful animation, my friends, and player details. It's a great fun app, and also to celebrate the release of this like 3D immersive live experience, right? During these matches that you are managing, Top 11 has lots of exciting events and giveaways planned for you guys for this season. And so the best time to get within Top 11, it is now. If you do want to download this app, you can so by clicking on the link that I will be providing down below on the description box and on the pinned comment. It'll take you straight to the App Store. You can download it immediately, and then again, it's going to be for free, and from there you will become a football manager. And from the very beginning, you're going to be able to customize your own ground, collect jerseys and emblems, and so much more. And so again, I do want to thank Top 11 for supporting a content creator. Again, don't miss out. It's going to be an amazing fun experience. But now let's get back into the video. And so let's talk about Raphinha first, because yes, 2 days ago we did see Raphinha score for Leeds and participated within that win where they have won 2-1, and because of that win, that led towards Leeds being in first division within the Premier League. Remember, the situation before was if Leeds were to get relegated and go into second division, that would mean that Raphinha's release clause was going to be 25 million euros, which is a great buy for a player like him. And so many Barcelona fans and even the people within the board were really looking forward towards Leeds going into second division. But it does say here, according to sources, that Barcelona are still interested in Raphinha regardless of Leeds not getting relegated. They believe he is valued around 40 million euros, and also think a transfer could happen by including players that aren't in Xavi's plans for next season. And so let's talk about that, right? Because that is where things do get very interesting. We know that Barcelona are willing to pay the 40 million euros for Raphinha. They do really highly rate this player. They do believe that he does have the potential, right? In terms of his dribbles, his shots. We saw the type of shots he was making against Brentford coming from outside the box. Now, I'm not saying that Raphinha is world class, but I do think that a transfer for him to go into this club would convert him into a world class player through time. But like I've said before, this is where things get very interesting, because if Barcelona can include players within this operation, who could they be? Now, let me tell you, this is not the first time we have seen a Barcelona make a deal with Leeds. They have sent someone like Junior Firpo towards Leeds, and so they do have a great relationship. I do think that an operation like this could be done. Now, going based off what we have heard, right, even coming from Xavi Hernandez, who has basically confirmed that yes, these players are not going to be in my plans, an operation for Raphinha could include either Mingueza, Samuel Umtiti, Ricky Puig, or Martin Braithwaite. Now, if you guys are wondering, okay, which one of these four players could actually be included within an operation like this? Now, just to give you guys some context, Leeds right now, they are working towards a deal of locking down Brendan Aronson, who is going to be coming from the Austrian league. This player here, Aronson, does play as a central attacking midfielder and also as a right winger. So I do think that because he is going to be potentially playing within the midfield, I don't think that Ricky Puig is going to be someone that could be an option for Leeds. Leeds are already working on a player like Aronson. And one of the biggest weaknesses that Leeds does have and have shown through this season is conceding goals. Besides Norwich, Leeds right now are the worst defending team in the Premier League. They do allow a total of 2.1 goals per 90 minutes. And so I do think that many of you guys already know exactly where I'm going to be going with this. If Leeds do want to strengthen their team, the best way to strengthen their team is by strengthening the defensive line. Leeds should greatly use this window that will be coming up to bring in someone like Mingueza and introduce him into the Premier League. I do think that Mingueza would be the perfect fit and the perfect team for Mingueza himself to go to. And when it comes to Mingueza and Barcelona and Xavi Hernandez simply just do not trust someone like Mingueza. Like, yes, he is a great defender. Like, don't get me wrong. Mingueza is a great center back. He is solid. We have seen him play extremely solid against Getafe, but you and me know that Xavi Hernandez really does prefer center backs who are really good on the ball and is able to dribble away from his own area and overload certain areas within the middle of the pitch. Mingueza is simply just not that type of center back, and so if Barcelona can put a value to Mingueza of around 10 to 12 million euros, that would be perfect. That would basically mean that we could bring Raphinha for around 25 to 30 million euros if Mingueza is valued at around 10 to 12 million or maybe even 15 million euros. So the conclusion is there are so many ways that Barcelona could handle this deal. Maybe they could also include someone like Samuel Umtiti into a deal like this and lower the value of Raphinha. It's very flexible, right? I do think that Barcelona can find a solution with Leeds and lower the price. And of course, Barcelona are not just looking at Raphinha. There has also been other reports about Barcelona looking at other options like option D, option F, option G. And it does say here, according to Ferran Martinez, that Di Maria was yet again offered to Barcelona, but the club currently considers Raphinha as the bigger priority and the #1 target for the wings. And plus his age, he's 34 years old, which does play as another factor on why Barcelona are looking at Di Maria as an option D, F, or G. Regardless, Juventus, the Italian club, is the best positioned club to get him today. And so that is it, right? Like, when it comes to Di Maria, I just do not think that it would be ideal for Barcelona to grab him up, because if Rafinha does not end up working and if Dembele does not end up renewing, I do think, and I do have a slight feeling, that Xavi Hernandez is going to rely on Alex Collado and Abde, two players that Xavi Hernandez does highly trust. Now moving on towards the next topic of today, and now let's talk about FRENKIE De Jong. Now look, the only reason why I am talking about FRENKIE De Jong within this video is because I have been asked to talk about the latest updates of FRENKIE De Jong, because there has been many reports about PSG being very interested in FRENKIE De Jong. And let me tell you guys, because this is just the beginning of a saga like this, I would not be surprised if in a couple of hours we see this report getting debunked. But let's talk about it, right? Because again, according to sources in France, that PSG have also shown interest in FRENKIE De Jong. That is what they have basically said. Now, when it comes to FRENKIE going to PSG, of course he's going to be a great addition. Like, in any club and in any team, FRENKIE De Jong would be a great addition. But just seeing how PSG have kept someone like Kylian Mbappe and seeing how they're keeping Lionel Messi and Neymar Jr. and all of these stars, I really do wonder, right? Like, where is the financial fair play when it comes to PSG and them being able to bring in someone like FRENKIE De Jong? And so it does really make a lot of sense for PSG to make a move for FRENKIE, because I do think that if FRENKIE does come, he can play with someone like Wijnaldum, and seeing a midfield of potentially Paredes, FRENKIE De Jong, and Wijnaldum, that could greatly work. We have seen the duo between FRENKIE and Wijnaldum in the midfield before with Netherlands. One orchestrated the midfield, which was FRENKIE, and one destroyed the midfield when the opposition had the ball, and that was Wijnaldum. So if PSG do approach Barcelona and they ask for FRENKIE De Jong, this is the thing that does excite me the most, which is this: Barcelona are not going to make it very easy, and easy at all, as a matter of fact, for PSG. They're not going to give PSG an easy time. They want to get the most out of a transfer like this if it does actually end up happening. We have seen reports earlier today that has suggested that yes, Barcelona have put a price tag on FRENKIE and they do not expect anything lower than 80 million euros, which is a great deal. I do think that if Barcelona do play this smartly and they say, okay, let's invite Manchester United to a deal like this, let's have Man U bid around 90 million euros and then tell PSG that Manchester United are bidding 9 million euros, and then PSG is going to be saying, we'll bid 100 million euros. And so you see how like Barcelona can actually maximize an operation like this if they invite both Man U and PSG. This is what I do mean by Barcelona not making it easy for someone like PSG. Let's get the most out of this deal. If it does end up happening, you guys already know that I do not want to see FRENKIE get sold at whatever cost, but if it does happen, at the very least, make it very worth it. And if it does happen, right, if FRENKIE does wear the PSG shirt next season, that would basically mean this: when it comes to PSG's top 3 most expensive buys in their history, within that top 3, it could potentially include 2 ex-Barcelona Barcelona players, assuming if Frenkie does move to PSG, because that would mean that Neymar would be that first ex-Barcelona player and Frenkie also being that ex-Barcelona player. Neymar did move to PSG at 222 million, while Frenkie might potentially move at around, let's say, 95 million euros, which is very crazy to think about. And if you guys are wondering who is that third player, Kylian Mbappe would be like in second place right underneath Neymar at around 180 million euros. Yes, that is what Monaco was paid for when it came to Kylian Mbappe's transfer, but it would just be crazy to see that PSG's most expensive buys did come from Barcelona, which is again Neymar and Frenkie De Jong. But let's see how things play out, right? Because again, I just do not think that this is going to end up happening, but whatever does happen, we are going to be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.